Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. I am Brett Chapin. That's Daisy Eagan. We're joined today by actor Eric Satterberg. If you have any questions for Eric, make sure you give us a call at 1-800-336-2225. 1-800-336-2225.
We should fix Eric's camera.
Yeah, we should.
That's a crappy.
Say hi to Eric while I do that real
Okay.
quick.
Hi, Eric. What are you drinking?
It was something that your
Coffee, right?
made.
It smells good. I'm going to smell it right now.
Take a sip. It's pretty good.
Yummy. It's like mocha-y.
Yeah, I was concerned when I was pressing the button because water filled it up like halfway. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's pretty watery
where's
coffee.
the coffee? But it's good.
It's not bad. It's free. That's the best part
Hey,
about it.
I've had way too much coffee today.
Woo!
Can't complain.
I've had a lot of cocaine. What? I didn't say that.
Coca-Cola.
Oh, Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I have not had any cocaine.
I heard you say
today.
cocaine.
I did.
I heard cocaine.
But that is not actually the case.
So what are we doing here? A radio show or what?
I think so. Hey, Eric.
Hey, Eric. Talk real close to your mic, and you can bring it up to your mouth.
Microphone. Okay.
So Eric is, I guess, can I call you a friend of the show? You've
Sure.
been
Yeah, of course.
watching the show for a little while, and we wanted to have you on a while back, and we're getting you in today. And you are an actor from Los Angeles. Tell us a little bit about how you started in getting involved in the industry.
Well, actually, I live in Fullerton, and I commute every day to come out and pursue work in TV and commercials as much as I possibly can. Yeah, I grew up in Fullerton and all sorts of Southern California, San Bernardino and stuff like that. I got my first start doing children's repertory theater with FCRT. Anybody?
What does that stand for?
Fullerton Repertory Company.
Fullerton's Children's Repertory Theater, FCRT.
Oh.
And so
Nice.
that was a lot of fun. You know, that was a great booster shot in the arm as a child to kind of see what it's like to put on a show, especially with like little kids and dealing with all those sorts of personalities. Certainly prepped me for the real world.
Sure.
It was a lot of fun though. Loved it. Did 3 shows. Hello Dolly, 42nd Street, and How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. My favorite show.
I did Baba Black Sheep.
I've never heard of that one.
Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes or 3 bags full?
Yeah, but you were like 7.
I was
That's
2,
cool. Oh wow.
and I played a bag of wool.
That's cool.
Wow.
That is cool. I was like Street Sweepers in all of them. I was not.
I still think that
Anything.
trumps Baba Black Sheep.
All right.
Hello Dolly is like a couple steps above Baba Black Sheep.
Okay. That's how I feel.
At least
about
it
too.
trumps the bag of
Loves
wool
Hello
thing.
Dolly.
That's
Hey
crazy.
man, I was a cute ass bag of wool. I'll tell you that.
I'm sure.
It was a green. It was just like a brown grocer's bag, and that's how little I was, as I could fit
Right.
with a head cut out.
That's cute.
And when I sat down, it went over my head, so I was just a pair of legs dangling out of the.
Am I the only one that thinks it's hilarious that a Tony winner started as a bag of wool?
We all have to start somewhere.
Oh no.
That's
I
cool.
guess. Awesome.
Yeah.
Back to Eric.
No, I think that's cool. You won a Tony Award? That's incredible.
Yeah.
Really?
She's
I
awesome.
think so.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
Not
She's-
last Sunday. I didn't.
No,
More Tonys than I have. That's cool.
she was 11, so she was an older woman at
That
the time.
cat? Really?
Yeah.
Wow, for what? That's huge.
Yeah, The Secret Garden.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, Eric Satterberg.
I know,
all
but
shot
I have a friend, Sean Naughton. He told me The Secret Garden is like the best show ever made. He said it is incredible.
You know, it's funny. Some people really do believe. Like, there are people who are like, "That was the best show ever produced,"
I've
and then
never
there are other
seen
people
it.
who are like, "Oh, that show." I had a woman once. I was doing an interview, and she started the interview with me. It was like for a paper for a show I was doing. She goes, "I saw you in The Secret Garden. I really didn't like it." And I was like,
Thanks.
great. Well,
All right.
this is going to be an excellent interview."
How can you not like that? See, I have a special place in my heart for that show too because it was my first professional show.
Right. Well, a lot of the
Wow.
critics had trouble with
Yeah.
it.
I've been dying to find a
pretty
recording of it. My friend has said that it is excellent. I love musicals.
there's a
I
CD
listen.
you
I
can
couldn't, but like I can't find it on Spotify,
There's
Pandora.
a-
I look for. I'm a big. I love musicals. I love all sorts of music, but
You might have to actually buy it.
And I think you can find it
I don't
on
mind buying
YouTube
it.
though.
Okay.
Oh,
You-
really?
You can find songs from it on YouTube. Yeah,
Good
maybe
call.
not the whole album.
Good call,
but-
dog. Good call.
Oh, and I
Yeah.
got it on iTunes recently. Wait, no, I didn't. I downloaded. Never mind. Anyways, Eric Satterberg.
Eric Satterberg, we got a call for you.
Gosh.
Look at that, Kristen
my
in Woodland
gosh.
Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Kristen.
Hey. Hi, how are you?
Yo.
Yo, hi. I have a question for Eric.
Okay.
That is
Oh.
fitting, as he's our guest today.
Good.
Yes.
My question is how do you find an agent?
Okay, good question. Thank you. Well, I'll just share my experience and my journey with that. I've had 3 agents in, I guess, 5 years. I was with Daniel Hoff for 3 years, and then I was with Exposed Talent for about a year, and now I'm with LB Talent.
Exposed Talent sounds like a porn agency.
Yeah, they were great. It was
Little
run
bit.
by some guy that I never met, and then a woman who repped me, and her name was Veronica James, and she was excellent. She was a lot of fun. I really liked the interaction that I got to have with her. She's one of these people that would send you, your audition and then call you to confirm that you got it, and she had a really big personality, and she was a lot of fun. I really liked her. So the way that I found those agents were the first one, Daniel Hoff. If you don't know this about the Daniel Hoff agency, is every Friday he has an open call. And I went there about 4 times before I was selected. I was at a point in my life like, I want to feel like I have some sort of validity. I want to be presented with some good opportunities. How do I do that? Found through some other friends that he has an open call. I went there about 4 times. This is kind of a funny story. The night before my 4th time going in on MySpace, if you remember this,
Yes, the
social
MySpace.
networking site.
So ancient
Yeah,
history.
it was ancient history.
Yeah.
Someone and I friended, or whatever you did in MySpace. I don't know, MySpace.
You added people.
You added them, right? We added them, and I don't know how I knew this person, but I think I was like, yeah, I'll add him. Anyway, when I went in to read for Daniel Hoff, you don't read for him. You read some copy in front of a camera, and the camera operator was the person that I had added the night before, and we both had this moment of, how do I know you? We know each other. We don't know each other, but we know each other somehow, right? And we kind of put it together, and then he supposedly, his name is Ross Merrick, very nice person. He actually makes his own coffee, and he said. Hey, I'll put your headshot at the top of the list. Whatever that did, I don't know. Boom. Then I was represented by Daniel Hoff, and the way it worked there, it was he's a big name, and it's a big agency. It's like a big school. So there's a lot of other actors there and all that stuff. So I was there, and was there under Laura Molina, who was my liaison to Daniel, and they put me on in a lot of great opportunities. I didn't get one call back in 3 years. I didn't book any commercials with them, but they gave me such great
Was this a commercial
opportunities.
agent?
Correct. They do everything there, but they only represented me commercially. And they really took a risk on me for quite a long time without telling me anything. Eventually, I ended up leaving them because I did start to get my career back in my control. And
We have about a minute.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
So just to kind of tie it up in a big bow,
Yes.
how
Persistence,
You
I
have
think.
to work
Sounds like
very hard at
persistence.
getting it. I would highly recommend doing mailings, general mailing, getting on IMDb Pro, researching agents, and emailing them. That's kind of a washed out answer. I don't
Actually, mailings these days are good because so few people do them now.
I do
that
them
people
all the
actually pay
time. I
attention.
do them all
True.
the time, and I think that's absolutely true. As they go down, the importance of them the value raises, I think.
Right.
I didn't think about that. That's very, very true. A lot less people are doing it.
Also, the
Absolutely.
smaller the agency, the better chance that you're actually going to get.
I have another way, though, to talk about it, another opportunity, how I got my second agent.
We'll talk about that when you come back. Guys, we're talking with actor Eric Satterberg. If you have any questions, give us a call at 800-336-2225. We'll be back on La La Land with Brett and Daisy on CRN Digital Talk. If you have any questions for Eric, make sure you give us a call at 1-800-336-2225. What were you saying that we should set up for our
Oh,
audience?
we should just let people. Eric should talk a little bit about who he is and, on what authority he's talking about getting an agent, right?
Sure.
Right. So yes. So my name's Eric. I'm a server. I still serve 4 days a week, and but in every other spare moment of my life, I am obsessed with booking TV and commercials. My time is spent submitting on projects, writing postcards, writing cover letters. I try to do what my budget will allow, which right now is basically 2 headshot cover letters and a resume. Very involved in marketing.
What, a day, a week?
A day.
A day.
I try right now. It's 3 days a week. I do so about 6 a week because then that kind of totals out to whatever that is times 4, 24. I have yet to see a result.
What makes you keep doing it?
Yeah, you're persistent.
Well, I do change it up. Like the first week I was sending out a certain set of headshots. In the third, month or the second month, I changed those headshots, and now I've changed them again. I just reprinted 50 more. So, try to tailoring it as much as possible to the right project. I utilize castingabout.com, Actors Access, IMDb Pro. I cross-reference everything. The reason why I started to do 2 was, as opposed to what most actors I think do, is do like 50 and then like don't do it ever again, is because, and I've done that several times, and it has had no results. Sometimes I'll get like a bite, which is typically good from what I've told. Like you do 50, you get 1, that's a success. And I believe that is a success. But so yeah, I would do 2 and wait, where did I got off track here? What did you say? What did I? You
were talking about.
I said, what makes you keep doing it
Right.
despite like not if you haven't gotten results? What is it that keeps you?
Yes.
Is it just? Are you just going on faith or?
Faith. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. So I try to make my cover letters now as specific as to the recipient as possible. So before there was a generalized cover letter, a stock cover letter that I would use, and I'm obsessed with cover letters. I've become obsessed with marketing. I want to learn more about it, and I wish if I could do college again, which I may still do, I would pursue marketing because I think it's a wonderful field, and I think it's hand in hand with how an actor like myself that is a nobody, that is not a Spielberg or a Cruise or a Pitt. I wasn't born into a family, where it's much simpler for them because they're just born on networking. For somebody like me, I have to really figure out a way to break in. So, every casting director that I do submit to, I Google them. I try to find if they've done an interview, and I try to pick out, something in that interview that has affected me, and I'll try to re-say it in that cover letter. For example, I wrote to, I can't remember what show it was, but it was a team of casting directors, a woman and a woman, and I found both interviews of them, and they both said the most overall thing that they hate when actors do is that they wear a lot of cologne or perfume. They come into a nice room and it's filled with perfume. So I wrote them and I said specifically, read your interview on Backstage West or whatever I found it on. I promised to only wear 1 shot of Axe hairspray, Axe spray, a little bit of leave-in conditioner, and that is it.
So you research them and you really find out a little bit about them, and then you tailor your letter to that.
I do as much as I possibly can, and if there is information available on them, I feel it's kind of like that faith principle that my odds have increased a little bit. Now, some casting directors are a dead end. You try to you try to find information about them, it's impossible. And so I try to, the same thing when I select doing casting director workshops. If that casting director doesn't have, quote unquote, one office that they work out of, or they have multiple email addresses, or it's so hard to get in contact or mail things to them, I kind of just like, it's probably not worth it unless they see me read and they're like, we want you for this current project, which has just never happened. So I try to make sure whoever I can mail to or subscribe to or whatever, that they are in fact able to be subscribed to, that they're not these people that, because casting directors, there are a lot of independent contractors themselves, and they move office to office. It doesn't denigrate what their project is, or disintegrate what their project is, or devalue it in any way. They just, have like a nomadic lifestyle, which just makes them harder to track versus the ones that sort of stay in one area.
This is good advice for anybody that's interested in coming out to LA and being an actor. Eric
My
Satterberg.
advice to people who want to come out to LA and be an actor is don't.
Yeah, it's tough. You really have to become, it's really tough. It's a tough world. You have to have a thick skin, and rejection is a part of it. And I'd love to talk more about that as well, because it's tough. It's tough out here.
Well, thanks so much for coming in and talking to us and giving some great advice. We appreciate it.
No problem.
Eric Satterberg. Find him on IMDb, ERICSATTERBERG.
Or just put that into a URL, ericsatterberg.com.
Twitter, Facebook, IMDb, MySpace,
I'm everywhere.
FacePlace.
He's got it all. And
Friendster.
we also have an Indiegogo account at indiegogo.com/La La Land Talk Season 2, the number 2.
We'll be back with Julie Garnier after the break.
On La La Land with Brett and Daisy on CRN Digital Talk.
Let's take a deep breath.
Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. I am Brad Chapin. That's Daisy Eagan.
Oh, that was me. Julie Garnier and I just had a fun experience with a mutual friend who just randomly called her.
We're joined today by actress Julie Garnier. If you have any questions for her, make sure you give us a call at 1-800-336-2225.
Jordan Kai Burnett has a message for me, apparently.
She apparently wants to, I don't know if she's tuned in just yet, but she wants to eat your face.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I don't know. You guys are really close,
That
I
makes
guess.
sense. That's what we do. We both got full body tans one night in my apartment, in my
Wait, how did you have-
shower.
Like a spray tan?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So
was like, well, you got a fancy shower
We're
if you
very
didn't, like-
familiar with each other.
How did you harness the sun
I
into
have
your
this
shower,
where I
Daisy?
press a button and like
I want that
magically
shower.
I get spray tan.
Who doesn't want that
Incredible.
shower?
Julie Garnier,
Wow.
Hi.
you are a phenomenal actress, singer, just lady.
Oh, thank you.
And you used to have a serious radio show, right? I mean,
Well,
not that it was serious. It was on Sirius.
It was on Sirius Satellite Radio. I was a guest co-host with the amazing Scott Nevins.
who we've had on the show.
Yeah, he had his own show on Sirius for a while there in New York City. And so whenever he needed a guest co-host, he would call me up and I'd walk down the street because we lived together. And so he'd say, "Lady, get over here." And I'd walk down the street and co-host. It was fun. It was great. Yeah.
Note to self, when you need Julie Garnier, just call her and say, "Lady, get over here."
Yeah, and I'll walk down the street.
We might need a guest co-host for the 30th, the way it's looking.
Mm-hmm. I won't be here. Anyway, what?
I won't either. Sorry.
I could be here.
Hey, Eric
you go.
Satterberg, ladies
Eric.
and gentlemen. Julie, tell us what is happening in your life. What's going on? What's the haps and the deal?
There's always a lot going on.
I know.
I'm working on my new album right now.
Of course you are.
It's my first album. It's called Ampersand, and it's going to be really great. I'm really excited about it. It's kind of taking shape right now. We haven't recorded anything yet, so it's in the very early, like, pre-production stages. I am writing my first screenplay, which I'm also super excited about. And I am singing all over town. It's crazy how much I'm singing. The most recent shows that I'm doing are with the amazing Our Lady J. I'm just obsessed with her. I think she's incredible. Just a real innovator with music, and she's beautiful and brilliant and smart and talented and just
And
so
you have
great.
a show coming up with her when?
Well, there's a show on Tuesday night at Casita del Campo in Silver Lake at 8 p.m. And that's sort of like, Our Lady J's greatest hits, just all of her cool original writing stuff that she's done, all of her songwriting. And then on July 1st at Vermont Restaurant, which is I think now called Rockwell. They
I
changed
thought
their
Rockwell
name.
was the thing behind Vermont.
No, they've actually changed the name
okay.
of the whole complex is now called Rockwell Table and Stage, is what I think it's called.
Interesting.
And we're doing Our Lady J's show, The Gospel of Dolly, which is all Dolly Parton music. It's so amazing. I mean, she's sold out. I think she's sold out now. Like, I think you have to fight to get a ticket now here in LA. But she's sold out all through in New York in the last couple of months. She's just been
She's pretty fierce.
tearing it up. Yeah, it's great.
And when you say Our Lady J, is that the letter R or O-U-R?
It's OURLADY, then the letter J, and she's got the website, which is that.com.
Our Lady J.
Our Lady, and not HOUR, not like 1 hour, 2 hour, 3
Right.
hour. It's like she's mine,
Ours.
she's
She's
ours.
ours.
Yeah, OurLadyJ.com, and you can hear her music. You can buy it on iTunes. She's the bomb.
And you can see her on the YouTube as well.
Right.
What else is happening with you these days? I mean, that's a lot.
Well, there's more.
That's plenty right there. But
Well, I still have the supper club.
at the Coterie?
Everyone
never
says
say
the
it.
Cotier.
Because
I
you want
know.
it to be French.
I know you really do. I know. But it's the Coterie.
It's the Coterie.
Coterie. And it's a supper club in Hollywood at the Renaissance Hollywood Hotel. Although as of today, the Renaissance is no longer. It's
Oh,
not.
I thought that was not going to happen till the end of the year.
That's what we were told, but we were told
Whoa.
3 weeks ago that they were switching over in June. So today, June 16th, that hotel behind the Hollywood and Highland Mall is now called the Lowe's Hollywood Hotel.
Boy.
That doesn't sound nearly as fun as the Renaissance.
And then the
Is the
space,
Coterie sticking around?
I think for now, yes.
Okay, good.
We're there through the summer.
Okay.
We're definitely there through the summer, and then we're gonna renegotiate our
Reassess.
contract with them and stuff. But I mean, they're very happy to have us, and we're happy to be there. And we've got Dan Calloway singing there tonight. Incredible voice, like he's amazing. I can't even. One of my favorite male voices on the planet. And Michael Lanning is next weekend. He is a huge Broadway star. He was just in Bonnie and Clyde on Broadway. And he is coming. He's
I like that
flying
you
in.
pointed at me.
I don't know
Bonnie
why.
and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde.
What? I don't.
Because you're a thief. You're a burglar. I was just right before this
From the
segment
20s.
that like burglar commercial came on. And it got me thinking about, I don't know if you saw on Twitter, my friend Kate Pazakis, who's an amazing singer as well, Broadway singer. She locked herself out of her apartment. She lives above me in the same building, I mean, which is weird for LA. Like New York, it's very typical. You live in the same building as all your Broadway friends. But here, we don't have that lifestyle. But she does. She lives above me. She locked herself out, and she thought that I had her spare key, but she had borrowed it the week before.
Oh, that's
So she
rough.
came down and knocked on my door, and she's like, "Can I have my spare key?" I'm like, "Honey, you've got it." And she's like, "I locked myself out. Can you help me? Can we try it?" And so we went upstairs, and we were like trying every which way to open that door and couldn't figure it out. And I was like, "Hey, why don't you like YouTube breaking into your apartment?" So she did, and there was this YouTube of a guy who used his credit card to break into his apartment. So I was like, let's try it. So we got her Trader Joe's gift card, and I like bended it. I bended it. I bended it. My English is
actress.
my English is well. So we bent I bent the credit card and stuck it in and kind of I broke into her apartment.
You can find anything on YouTube these days.
It's amazing.
Anything.
So seriously, like if you lock yourselves out, YouTube breaking into your own apartment or breaking into your house, and there's a guy that will show you how to do it.
Brett,
It never ceases to amaze me, the places we go to on this show sometimes.
But that commercial right before the segment reminded me of that moment.
they like to
Yes.
they like to play a lot of commercials on this station that are like, "Be afraid."
No.
And you know,
Don't get Daisy
Obama
started on the
sucks.
commercials.
I was shaking with fear when I walked into this room.
Oy vey.
Yeah.
Fear's the best motivator to get you to buy crap.
True.
That's why they do it.
Right.
The opinions of
everyone go
Daisy
get your-
Eagan are not necessarily representative of CRN's
They aren't. They specifically
sponsors
aren't.
or affiliates.
And when we come back from the break, Julie's got a couple of phenomenal stories, but like just
she does.
backstage fiascos.
Sure.
Guys, we're talking with Broadway's own Julie Garnier. If you have any questions, make sure you give us a call at 1-800-336-2225, 1-800-336-2225. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Twitter. Check out our live stream at ustream.tv/channel/CRN Studio Live. We'll be back on La La Land with Brett and Daisy right here on CRN Digital Talk. Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. I'm Brett Chapin. That's Daisy Eagan. We're joined today by actress, vocalist Julie Garnier. If you have any questions for Julie, make sure you give us a call at 1-800-336-2225. What is so funny?
I don't know.
Julie and I.
Wait. Let's talk about this real quick, guys. We have an Indiegogo account that we're accepting sponsorships. There's all kinds of perks available for that account. We have 12 days left on it. And you can find that at indiegogo.com/La La Land Talk Season 2, the number 2. Right, Daisy?
You've got it.
Julie Garnier.
But this just in, we just decided, Julie and I just now decided that for $10,000, we were offering a private concert with me, but now you're also going to get Our Lady J's own Julie Garnier as well.
She'll love that you said that.
In concert. Private concert with Julie Garnier.
I'm just
going to
do a couple of songs.
You get twice.
that's all it is.
I mean, it really
the
should be about
happiness.
you, but
Whatever.
But I'll sit in on a couple.
See?
Maybe we'll do a duet.
I would heart that.
Okay, let's do that.
That's worth $10,000 just for that one
Right?
duet.
I mean, why is that?
honestly.
Why is that like website not just jumping right now?
But honestly, we have a lot, some smaller perks, studio visits for $50, shout outs for $10. So guys, sponsor our show, whatever you're able to, because it is not free, and it is $7,100 per year to do this show.
Wow.
Yeah. Julie Garnier.
Hi.
Hi.
Julie
Can you
and
tell?
Okay. No, do it.
We got to hear your hair story. I want to hear your hair story. I think it's an amazing story.
Okay. So I did this benefit concert for the Actors Fund, which is one of my favorite charities. They're amazing. They provide services and literally money to actors, dancers, anyone in the entertainment community who can't afford their health care, their rent, They provide shoes for dancers who can't afford to buy new shoes. I mean, they're just an amazing organization. And so anytime they call and say, hey, we need you to do something, I'm like, when? Like, where do I go? So I was doing this big, fancy, swanky Broadway concert of the musical Hair with a bunch of, famous-y Broadway people. This was like 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, something like that.
I just burped. I don't know if the audience could hear that, but I just want, in case they could. That was me.
That was nice.
Please continue.
You keep it classy.
It was
Eagan.
very Subway sandwichy. Go on.
What kind of Subway sandwich?
I didn't put jalapenos in it. So there's
okay.
that.
So there's that. So thanks for
You're
sparing
welcome.
us that.
You're welcome. I'm benevolent and kind.
Oh my God, you're hilarious.
Go on.
So I was doing this concert. I was in the ensemble. I really wasn't a featured anything. And Idina Menzel, who was starring in Wicked, had just won the Tony Award for playing Elphaba on the Broadway. And people were very excited to see her sing something else from another show. And they knew all the money was going to the Actors Fund. So they were spending, thousands of dollars to purchase tickets to see her do this song, among other amazing Broadway guests. But she was filming, what's the name of that Dennis Leary?
Glee. Oh.
No.
Rescue Me?
Yeah, she was on Rescue Me. And she was filming and she couldn't get off the set in time. So I guess she called them like an hour before the show and said, hey, we were all out to dinner. Like the cast we'd done our tech rehearsal. We were good to go. We were out at dinner. And she called them and said, guys, I can't get off set. Can someone fill in for me? So we all come walking back in and, I think Christopher Catelli, who just won a Tony Award for Newsies, and Seth Rudetsky, the musical director,
Who will be on our show on June 30th.
Shut up.
I won't.
Okay.
Continue.
Because then it wouldn't really be
It would be weird. It would be
Yeah,
strange.
wouldn't be good. So Seth and Chris came running up to me and said, hey, is there any possible way that you can learn this song before the show? And I was like, oh what? So ran backstage with my Palm Pilot. For those of you who remember those.
You're dating yourself.
I am. Not really, though. It's only 10 years ago. But, there was no iPhone.
Right.
There was no, iPad with the little piano app in it. All I had was my Palm Pilot, and it had a little keyboard inside, so I, got the score in front of me and started plunking out my notes and learned the song and actually got off book. I messed up some of the lyrics, but no one could really tell. But I completely got off book, and the song was in
They
Act
probably
2.
couldn't tell because they were so enraged that you were in a
That they spent thousands of dollars and it
that's
wasn't
all that was
her.
going on in their minds.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's basically, I just filled in for her. And from that, I got an agent and tons of, my phone would not stop ringing from that. And Broadway
course.
World did a beautiful little spread on me, who's that girl kind of a thing. And
What made them come to you of all the people
they knew you
there?
could
I mean,
sing.
obviously they knew that you were amazing, but they could have gone to anybody. What do you think it is about you that set you apart?
Well, I
that
think
made them go
Seth
to you?
knew that I have an equivalent voice to Idina in the sense that I belt really high, I sing loud and high, and then also I read sheet music very well. So it's just a matter of putting it in front of me, and within 5 minutes I can learn it.
Fantastic.
So it was that kind of a who do we give it to that we know can rock it out in 5 minutes, and that's basically I think why they.
That's who you go to. You
Chose
go
me.
to Julie Garnier.
Yeah, but it's
for
sort
that.
of become my thing now. That's what I'm the fill-in girl.
Oh yeah, I'm the girl that you get when you can't pay anybody.
I'm kind of that too, but I'm like the fill-in free girl who sings
Yeah.
sad songs. I'm a sad song girl. Every show that I do, I sing the sad song. So, but
It's because you've got the dark hair.
that
That's
what
how
it
it
is?
works.
I'm a
these
brunette?
days. Yeah.
okay. If you're
Brett,
blonde,
what
you
do we
to
have? Like a minute until commercial?
Yeah, a minute.
Julie and Scott Nevins and I went and did this Broadway night at Paul Revere Middle School a couple
So
months
fun.
ago. They were doing Crazy for You?
Yeah.
And so we went and we watched them rehearse a little bit, and then Julie worked with the dancers and Scott worked with the leads and I worked with the ensemble. And they were asking us for good backstage stories, and Julie told this one about the tour of Cats, which you'll tell us when we come back.
Yeah, I'll tell you
Because
the
it's
Cats.
one of my favorite theater stories of all
I
time.
can't believe you love it so
And you
much.
couldn't finish the story for these kids because it was too adult.
Yeah.
But she will finish it here today.
I can talk about that on.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Anything
done.
goes.
When we come back on La La Land, if you have any questions for Julie Garnier, give us a call at 800-336-2225 right here on La La Land, CRN Digital Talk. Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. I am Brett Chapin. That's Daisy Eagan. We're joined today by actress Julie Garnier. If you have any questions for Julie, make sure you give us a call at 1-800-336-2225, 1-800-336-2225.
All right, Julie. Now you got to tell us the story.
Oh, God. Okay.
More Broadway stories.
So I did a national tour of Cats, and we were actually in my hometown of San Francisco at the Golden Gate Theater. And at the end of Act 1, there's a pretty big dance number. We call it the Jellicle Ball, and it's like a 45-minute dance number.
Is
and
it really?
It feels like it.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like 22,
Oy
22,
vey.
23 minutes, like straight, like just dancing, crazy dancing. And there was a girl who was playing the little white cat. Her name was Shiloh. She's still with us. And she...
Wait.
What?
Shiloh, as in Brad and Angelina's daughter?
Well, the
Was
same...
she playing the white cat?
No, she wasn't born.
You know what? The
Did-
story's not even worth it anymore.
Oh, okay.
Just forget it.
So, Brad, what do you have for me?
All right, so
Go on.
Shiloh Novell
Okay,
was...
so Shiloh was Shiloh was dancing, and basically there's this cat that has to pick her up from behind and twirl her over his head with his arms fully extended. And he picked her up, and her back kind of wrenched, and she herniated a disc in her spine. And so he put her down, and as soon as he put her down on the floor, she started to scream in the middle of the show. So they carried
So
her.
it was like actual cats. It was like actual cats were on the stage.
Oh,
Yeah,
let her
'cause
get through the story, please.
Nope. All right, so she's screaming and yelling.
She's screaming like a cat, right? And so her understudy has to go on. Well, with cats, you have a lot of makeup. There's that scary unitard that you have to wear the entire, like showing every possible flaw. And this poor girl, this understudy, was called immediately. Oh my gosh, you have 20 minutes to get everything on, because it was the end of the dance. So she had the 15-minute intermission to get everything on. There's no way that she could have gotten the makeup and the clothes on in 15 minutes. So the top of Act 2 is this lovely little scene where all of us cats are sitting there staring into the audience, which is supposed to be like the moonlit sky. And our fearless leader, Old Deuteronomy, is sitting behind us in the center, like in the back, upstage, and he's singing this beautiful aria, and it goes on for freaking ever. And we're supposed to be frozen solid. We're just listening intently to old Doot. And this girl is not ready yet. So she says, is there any way I can just skip that stupid scene? Like, I don't have to be in it. And they were like, fine. You can skip it and just come on for the next number. So she's now still getting dressed, and she realized she gets her period. Okay, like she's so freaked out and stressed out, she gets it. And she's like, oh my God, I have to go to the bathroom. So she runs into the bathroom. The stage manager, I guess, forgot to tell the sound guy to turn off her mic, that she was not on stage and that her mic should probably be turned off.
Oh, wow.
So she goes into the bathroom, and you hear this kind of like this kind of a sound, like you hear the squeaky like stall door open, and we're all sitting on stage, and we're all just trying to concentrate because it's all coming out of the speakers, and all you can hear is Old Deuteronomy singing this aria.
We got to wrap it up.
Oh no. And anyway, she ends up screaming at the top of her lungs, does anybody have a baby tampon?
Oh my God.
And it came out into the theater, and everybody just freaked out, and we all started laughing. We lost our minds. The entire audience went crazy. It was just the funniest.
That's one of my favorite.
Yeah. Does anybody have a
Mike
baby
stories.
tampon?
I knew that story came
And
from
she was
somewhere.
the white cat.
And she was the white cat. Yeah. But not just a tampon.
Broadway's own Julie Garnier. Thanks so much for joining us. For any information on Julie, you can go to IMDb or juliegarnier.com. Is that right?
No, it's Julie Garnier online.
Excuse me, juliegarnieronline.com.
That's it.
Next week, we're very excited to have the amazing Bonnie Salutikoff and Julie James from Sirius XM's on Broadway.
Go to our Indiegogo account, indiegogo.com/La Talk Season 2, number 2.
And we'll see you next time on La La Land Talk with Brett and Daisy on CRN Digital Talk. We'll see you at the top.